Salute to our Lawrence Tears fam. It's your boy Subliminal 209 and Culley. We're here for Knicks after party. I'd like to thank those who are joining us right now, those in the chat, and for those who will watch the replay tomorrow. Don't forget to support your boys by smashing that like button and subscribing. And if you like these shirts with the adapt, the culture in the back, look me up on IG, Too Smooth Clothing _ TOO Smooth TH Clothing _ and the men is Too Smooth and the women is Smooth Her. So if you like some of these shirts or these lids that your boy's rocking, just hit me up. I'll shoot you the price and we go from there. I sent some of these to Tibbs and the front office, and they said they're going to adapt with the culture, so they're rocking with us. So a lot of you have already heard about Kemba being gone and being shut down for the remainder of the year. To me, like what took so long? I mean, why is he even still here? Why didn't we trade him during the trade deadline or just waive him? What's the point of just having him on the roster if he's not gonna, be there? So so let me salute some cats in the chat. What it do, Culley? You there? Salute Julian Blum, Kaiser Soze 718. Appreciate y'all rocking with us tonight. And yeah, Kaiser Soze said they need to shut down the rest of the vets too. Yeah, so I'm with you. I kind of heard through Tibbs they said that Rose and RJ were practicing in full practice, and RJ may be available and he's questionable, but Rose is doubtful. And a reporter asked Tibbs, he was like, is Rose ready? When Rose is ready to jump into the lineup, are you going to start him? And he was like, well, see, just digging into the numbers, Alec has been our best option so far. So to me, that means tomorrow, get ready, everybody, because Alec Burks is going to be starting tomorrow at point guard. How y'all feel about that? Me, I ain't too happy about it. I'm not with it. He does give us 6'6" height, switchable on defense, and that's what Tibbs likes, is that Swiss Army knife that a lot of us have got accustomed to calling him.
Who are we talking about? Burks again?
Yeah, you didn't hear that? You didn't hear
Salute.
the Tibbs interview?
Wait, no? He says Alec Burks is the guy to go with?
Yeah, he gives us our best chance of winning.
Yeah, this bullshit. I'm sorry. BS about best chance to win, right?
Yeah.
Same old repetitive BS, man. Our best chance to win. It just never gets old with Tibbs. Never.
Yes. So I was asking, the chat, how do they feel about Kemba being shut down? I'm gonna go ahead and ask you that same question.
You got youngins on the team, play them. We're not winning. We're not going nowhere. Now some teams pull off miracles, but nah. I mean, it would be nice to pull off a miracle, but at best, we pull off a miracle, we get to the play-in, and then what? Lose? I mean, I would take that, but nah, I'm good, man. Because I don't want this front office to think like, oh, we could run it back and that we can't get better. They may think that their job is done. I don't. That's the vibe I get from Leon Rose, that he thinks that he would think that any little glimmer of hope would mean his job's done. You know what I mean? That's the glimmer of hope I get from him. Like, oh, we got a good team, we can compete. Right. Sorry ass. Pardon my language. Yeah. That's
it's a family show, Culley. It's a family show.
My bad.
You gotta double snakes it around here.
My bad.
It's all good. And we haven't even played yet. We had a whole week to calm down, chill, regroup, kind of unwind and get back to things.
Salute, Julian Blum. Salute, my guys. But yeah, Kaiser Soul, salute. No, yes, I agree. Yeah, facts. So like we had we had a whole Friday, a whole week, like you said, to figure out what direction is this team heading. You know, I did a lot of. Well, I'm not gonna say I did a lot of, but I think about basketball all day, man. I think about the Knicks all day, man. You know, I look around the league, I look at other teams, and you know, other teams they know their direction right now. They know what they want to do. What they, you know, a lot of teams shut certain players down. You know, they know what they're gonna do. They know what they're gonna do for next season, and that's what we need to do instead of trying to really pray that we win some games. I don't know. I've seen this story too many times to just fall for it. I'm not gonna fall for it. Will I ride out the season though? Yeah, I'll ride it out. I would love
So
to, but to finish answering your question though about about what's the name about thing with Kemba, I would love to see McBride. It would just be nice to see him. I mean, you know, I don't know what he did that. I think. Oh, you know what? I think I was thinking about it last night. I'm sorry to keep talking. I was thinking about it last night. What I think McBride could have done that pissed Tibbs off, and I had it in my head. I just got to remember it. I think it was a turn.
Oh, you must have gave him some road game for Christmas or something, and
Some
Tibbs
road
wasn't too happy about it.
So Rogan, I think it was a I think it was. Oh, why did I think of it and forget, man? I think it was. I don't know if it was that Pistons game, one of those games around New Year's. I can't remember, but I think McBride had got one turnover. I think that was enough to turn Tibbs off. You know, I think that's what it was. I think I'm not. I had it in my head. I can't remember now. I don't know why I can't remember now, but.
Yeah, but we had mentioned it before how much slack he gives the rest of the vets, and then
Right.
you know, if that is true, the one time Deuce does mess up, you take him out the whole the rotation period though. So would you be mad if the Knicks went on a run and made the play-in, or is
I wouldn't be mad. However, I just know what comes with that. I know that the front office. The vibe I get from Leon Rose is that, you know, because you know I know he probably feels that he's incompetent. He probably feels that, you know, and he knows he got to know, and he might feel that I think that I think when he made the Fournier move and the Kemba move, and I like Kemba, I like both guys, but it didn't work that well this season. But I think when he made that move, that he might have thought, oh, I did something in free agency. I think he might have settled. I think he might have been content with what he did with his job as a whatever he is, president, general manager. I think that he might have been content, and he might think, oh, if we make the play-in, you know, we're winning. That's how some people may look at it. He may look at it as we won, and we can run it back with this team. You know, we have a good team. We can run it back. Tibbs knows how to win. That might be what he's thinking. You know, any little glimmer of hope. That's just you never know what people with guys and in the staff are thinking. I think that's what he could be thinking.
And that's what I don't want them to think. I don't want them to go. Right. I don't want them to go that route. I don't want them. I hate to say it, win these games with these vets because you're like I mentioned before. You're enabling him, and you're telling him, yes, this is a winning team. We can make a run. We can make the playoffs. Then what do we do? Like we did last year, we run it back. But I just don't understand. I mean, are they trying to think that Kemba's knee's gonna get better over the summer and he's gonna come back next year at 100%? And
he might be out of here. I love Kemba, but he might be out of here.
Yeah, but why didn't they just get rid of him and waive him then?
Why didn't they just get rid of him at the deadline, right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think I hate to say it. I hate to say that, but I think it's the truth. And I think there was no deals for him. I would like, and I like Kemba. I don't, I mean, it is what it is with him. If he, if that's it for his knees, then I guess that's it. He may not be able to play on any team. Some people says, oh, he can compete on. He might not be able to play at all. I mean, some people don't care. They're like, that's not our problem. But I don't think there was no deal for Kemba. I don't think he really had much value this year. I don't think none of the vets had really any value. I don't think anybody wants Alec Burks like that.
Okay, well, Jaime Peralta Kemba said he wasn't taking a buyout. So that's what it was then.
You're not taking a buyout.
So salute to you for that one. Salute to Nick Yak, Canal Banloya, and Robert Parr. Appreciate y'all rocking with us tonight.
Yeah, salute my guy Robert Parr and Canal and Jamie Peralta. Knicks, you already know. Knicks Yak. But yeah, I think no, I can agree. I think yeah, it could have been something his agent told him. It could have been something his agent told him. I mean, look at Leonard's Noel. But anyway, yeah, yeah, he might not. Maybe he wants to stay. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't mind Kemba in a veteran role. I wouldn't mind per se. Like I said before, veterans is who you get you over the hump. You don't build around veterans. You know what I mean? You don't just build around them and think, oh, they're gonna win us games. They're gonna get us somewhere. No, you don't build around them. You add them on to a young starting core, and then they teach the young starting core how to win. They fill in. They do the intangibles. You know, that's what you add veterans for. I'm like right now off the top of my head, I'm thinking of the Grizzlies. Right? You have John Morant there. You have Jaren Jackson, Dylan Brooks. What's the guy? Desmond Bain. You got a bunch Xavier Tillman. You got a bunch of youngins there, right? Let me see. So as far as vets, you got Kyle Anderson, you got Steven Adams, who add on to whatever they got going on. The guy Conchar. You got Steven Adams, who is a solid big man. He knows his role. He's not gonna score. He's gonna do dirty work. But he knows how to win. He played with Westbrook. He's a veteran. Steven Adams is only he may look older. He's only like 28, 27. You know what I mean? What's the guy? Kyle Anderson. He might be 28, 29, 30. Played with the Spurs. These are veterans that know how to win. So you add them on to the young talent. Memphis may look to flip them. Who knows? I don't know who they would look to get, but those guys are good pieces for them. As you can see, they're a pretty good, solid competing team.
Yeah, they brought in the right pieces too. They didn't just bring in any old vets. They brought in vets that
they made solid moves, underrated. They made low key solid moves.
I like Aquaman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think they traded him for they traded Jonas for him, right? I think they did.
Yeah, they did.
Jonas is a better scorer. They say Jonas is a stat pattern. He can get boards, he can score, etc., etc. They say he could do those things, which is cool. But Aquaman maybe he fits the role better. I don't know. Maybe Jonas was looking to get paid more. That's why they traded him. Who knows? But even if he was looking to get paid more, even if he is the better center out of the two, that was still a good move. They still made a good move for what it's worth. Steven Adams.
Not to cut you out, though, but what Steven Adams does is he brings in that fundamentals as far as setting screens. He's one of the best screen setters in the league. Yeah, grabbing boards, and he doesn't need the ball. He's not ball dominant. So with having a point guard like Ja, it fits that system better. Not to mention the money. So it was kind of like, all right, we're getting rid of this center that's top 10 or whatever, but we're still getting another solid center that fits the mold as well. So yeah, they're just making good solid moves. But yeah, it's something that we're not doing. And Kaiser Soze 718 wants to know when we gonna start talking about prospects. Once March Madness hits, I mean, there's guys out there already making a name for themselves. Ivy and a lot Ty and a lot of other guys. But I really want to break that down and when the March Madness hits, a lot of those guys start rising up the draft boards and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, that's right around the corner, so I'm really not too worried about that right now. We're going to be a lottery team, so there'll be plenty of time to figure out prospects and who's jumping on the board. And I mentioned that before, that I'm looking at the 8, 9 that we usually get, and probably somewhere in the back of the lottery around 14, because we never get a high draft pick, even when we have the worst record or the worst odds. Just the odds are always against us, so it really doesn't matter looking at the top 5 draft class, because we never get that. I mean,
Santana said, let's trade for Zion. I'd rather trade for Donovan Mitchell, man. That's who I'd rather get. I don't see us. Let me ask you, do you know the free agency pool for this summer?
I can look that up real quick. It's not very good as far as point guards.
It's Zach LaVine and Bill. That's like the top.
Oh, Zach's a shooting guard, so
right. We
So
have
yeah, Zach Levine's available. So what are you talking about? Just like by positions or
um
because
nah,
you have
just overall
okay,
talent.
let me just let me just go by like top guys. John Wall would be he has a player option. James Harden, he has a player option.
He's probably
Russell Westbrook has a player option.
mm-hmm.
Bradley Beal has a player option. Kyrie Irving has a player option. And then you go into shooting guards like Gary Harris from Orlando, Zach Levine. Those two guys are unrestricted. Everybody else that I'm going to name off is unrestricted. So out of that group right there, all those guys are probably going to re-sign.
Mm-hmm.
Player options. Why wouldn't John Wall resign when he has it's like 45 milli? Same thing with Westbrook, and Harden just got traded over there. Depending how they go, how that works out, and how far they go in the playoffs. He already made his way out twice. I think the third time he'll be struck out, so I don't see that happening.
Yeah, like not to cut you off, like
You want to knock the notification off though, because we're gonna get bad feedback for people that are watching replay tomorrow.
my bad.
That's all good.
My thing on silent. Yeah, nah, agreed with what Canal said, man. Anyone good is staying put. That's how I see it. These guys, they like their situations. They end up liking their situations, and then they stay with their teams. They stay with the team that traded for them. It happens every time. Knicks talk about all this interest and all this. Knicks have plans. Knicks have trade rumors, and they don't do it, and that's it. Another season down the drain. So, hey.
I would go with a sign and trade. The way we were talking about Mitch probably leaving on a sign and trade, I would probably do like a Brunson or a Colin Sexton. His trade values, he's probably not going to ask for that much coming off an ACL tear. A young bull,
Right.
someone who's a bucket getter, someone who's a dog, or he's a young bull. So I mean, someone that takes the challenge. Is not scared of the spotlight. Someone like that.
Wait, who you talking about just now? I'm sorry.
Colin Sexton.
Colin Sexton. Oh yeah, okay,
Yep,
yeah, right.
young bull.
Yeah. Colin Sexton. But see, that's someone. Well, yeah, that's someone who we could have gotten, over the summer.
Yeah, but he tore his ACL going up against us. So, I mean,
Right.
He didn't really have much of a season. It was early in the season when it happened. But that just means that he'll be available in the beginning of the season next year. So yeah, there's just not too much out there. I could keep going on the list. I mean, do you want to injured Ricky Rubio for?
Nah, I'd rather injure Colin Sexton, the person younger.
Yeah, because that's what I want. I want to bring in a young vet. And especially if Tibbs is the coach, because I don't know if they're gonna let him walk.
I don't know. Colin Sexton has dog in him. That's why I don't mind him.
Right,
dog in him. We just need somebody with dog in him, man. I need guys. I need guys calling guys out, man. I don't need drama, but I need guys calling guys out and not afraid to. I need guys that don't like losing, that have a problem with losing. That's what I need here. I need guys that just, competitors.
Yeah, Nick Yak just said the same thing. That Brunson's a restricted free agent, and they just signed Dinwiddie. That's what they did. They signed Dinwiddie as insurance plan, just in case Brunson walks. So that's what I was getting at. And he said we can match him. That's why I threw that out there. And he's a young vet who fits the timeline. Both those guys are 23, 24, and both Brunson from Dallas. He fits the timeline. So that's what I want. I don't want to get these aging vets. I don't want to go after these Damian Lillards who are on the trading block right now. Maybe on the trading block, the way they're going young. I'm good with that. And then if we do get a high draft pick or whatever, and Jaden Ivy falls into our lap, or a Ty.
Right.
You still gotta develop them. And is Tibbs gonna play them right away? Is he gonna start them? So I know if you bring in a young vet, he's gonna start those young vets regardless. Then whoever we draft or whatever can run the second unit or get spot minutes. But
Right.
I
Salute
just
my guy, Ron. I'm still a Knicks fan. Salute.
what to do.
How are you?
Yes, that's kind of where I'm at.
Right.
Yeah, it's just a week free agency class. But
Yeah, it's not really much. We just have the draft right. I don't know what pick we're getting. I know you mentioned Jaden Ivey, Ty. I guess I would like Jaden Ivey, but let's see how that goes. Let's see how that goes. I don't even think the Knicks are thinking about the draft yet. I don't even think they're scouting yet. I really don't know.
oh, they're always scouting. They
Yeah,
are.
scouting department, but yeah, they're always scouting, but they're scouting the wrong way. You know what I mean? They scout off of numbers and a piece of paper and a laptop. They don't really scout off of impact. We need guys that can impact. Like that's what we need.
So do you go best of player available, or are you strictly going by we need a position that are in need, which is a point guard?
Well, we do need a position answered, which is like you said, is the point guard. We do need that answered. We can go with best position available. We can go and get like let's say if there's let's say we get like the top 5 and there's a nice wing available at 4 or 5. I don't know what lottery I don't know what lottery seed we'll get, but let's say there's a spot available at 4, 5, 3, and it's it's an athletic small forward that can guard multiple positions and maybe can score. I don't know. I would take it. I would take it.
Yeah.
You know?
Kaiser Sosa baited me. He got me talking about the draft and players available. But
so finger salute.
Yeah, just I don't know, because that kind of what happened last year is we had Julius and we still, not last year, but the year before we had Julius and we still went after a power forward and Obi, and then we had a point guard hole this year, and then we went after Grimes and then traded out of the first round.
Mm-hmm.
And
right.
So I don't know. We're still in talent acquisition, so it just kind of depends. Is this a game changer? Is it someone who you could plug and play? We were told that Obi was ready, NBA ready, but I mean that's a whole different rabbit hole we could go down as far as that. But we'll get to that later. We'll get to that another time. So right. What are some of the keys to tomorrow's game?
We're playing the Heat again. Play the youth. That's the key. Play the youth. Why? Because I don't know if did I get to say it on this show? I'm trying to think if I said it last week. I was watching the old Warriors game, and the commentary. I remember Obi pushed it. He got the rebound. He pushed it to Cam, and Cam scored. He finished over Belika. I don't know if he got an and one or if he just scored on him, but he scored on him in a fast break. And I remember the commentary said, "Well," and they said specifically, "Well, the Knicks have athletes. They got to run." That's what the guy said. Knicks have athletes on this team. They got to run. That's how they got to play. I mean, there's no way everybody else could see it and we don't. That's it. We just got to run. That's it.
Well, I figured it out. I got the exact way how we can win tomorrow. We just got to score more points.
Well, of course. But how do you score more points? I mean, if guys come down, if we got Alex Burke shooting brick after brick, then I don't know, man. It's gonna be hard.
All BS to the side though. They're gonna run Burks at point guard. Same old story, same old Tibbs. Evan at shooting guard. RJ at the 3. I feel like RJ is gonna play. He's young. He had a whole solid 2 weeks off from playing or more. So I think he'll be back. Then we'll have Jules and Mitch at the starting lineup. Then we're going up against a vet Miami team. They'll be playing Lowry, Butler, Duncan, Tucker, and Bam as their starting lineup. And they're a solid team as far as defense. They keep you under 100. They do a lot of switching, a lot of pressing. And that's just something that we have to be ready for. We have to get rid of the ball quick. We can't, and we need spacing. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, they're going to trap you up top with their guards. They're going to force you to lose the ball. So that's kind of what Julius's Achilles heel is. So no ISO with Julius, especially with the starting unit. You got to get rid of the ball quick. You gotta find the open guy, and you got to take advantage of your matchup, which is going through Julius against PJ. I feel because our center and their center Bam are pretty much similar as far as athletic bigs, except
right.
Bam is more of a Joakim Noah where they could run the high post through him. So the thing about run through him through the high post and find cutters. And the thing about Miami is that now they have three guys they can run their offense through. As far as I mentioned, Bam in the high post looking for cutters. You got Butler, who will also play a little point, bring the ball down, run the offense through him. Go ISO if you need a bucket. And you got your natural point guard, veteran point guard in Lowry, who can set the table up and get everybody else involved. Yeah. Or he could play off ball while Jimmy is getting his buckets and kicking out to Lowry on open threes. So to me, you have to be able to call out screens, identify them early, switch, call out screen on the left so you know which direction the screen is coming. Know your personnel on whether to go under the screen or over the screen. So against like a Jimmy Butler, I would go under the screen because he's not really a 3-point shooter. He's more of a slasher, get to the cup. So I'd go under the screen on a Jimmy. That way, you're cutting him off when he's going to the cup. Just things like that,
It's funny because I thought Canal said he said Tibbs is not tanking. He just sucks as a coach. I just had to laugh at that one a little bit. But yeah.
Yeah, he's
I figured it, yeah.
He's tanking and he don't even know it.
He's tanking, by accident. That's what's funny. By accident. Yeah. That's what's so hilarious about it. You don't even know. Like Tibbs, you are a great coach. You got us, you got us a top 5 pick, Tibbs. You got us a top 3 pick, Tibbs, or a number 1 pick. Thank you, Tibbs. That's hilarious. No, only the Knicks would be able to do that. Only the Knicks can pull that off. Tank by accident. We can't tank on purpose. So that's it's just hilarious, yo. It's fun being a Knicks fan. We just need one good modern day championship to come our way. That's all we need. Claudia. But yeah, continue, sub. My fault. No, wait, no. Let me cook for a second. In order to beat the Heat, the thing is, the best thing I could say, I don't know if I don't know if RJ's playing tomorrow. I don't know who's playing on Miami. I don't know if Kyle Lowry's out. I think he's playing.
But, they should be full strength. I even heard that Victor Oladipo and
he's coming.
Markieff Morris are traveling to New York, but they ain't gonna play. But
he's looking to embarrass us in the Garden. A guy like Morris, he's looking to show out in the Garden. Yeah, he's looking to have a game in the Garden. I just know it's gonna be a nobody.
Yeah. So like I said, for the Knicks to make this a competitive game because they're gonna grind it out, and that's
grind it out.
Yeah, they're gonna grind it out. Something that we should be is that's what we were last year.
Last year.
We were grits, but this year
I don't know about this year.
Yeah, we're just not there. But we need to crash the boards. We have like Larry's only 6 foot. He's going up against a Burks who's 6'6". You need Larry's a strong dude too, though. So you're not going to be able to post Larry up. You're not going to be able to post Larry up, but Burks does have that little fadeaway that he could get going, or or just make it difficult for Larry. Make him chase you around. You know, he's an older vet. Make him fight through screens. You know, keep him tire him out. Then you got Jimmy Butler and Duncan, who are both 6'7", and PJ, who's only 6'5", and Bam, who's only 6'9". So we need to crash the boards. You know what I'm saying? We need to dominate the boards offensively, defensively. If they're going to grind, we got to grind. We got to box out. You know what I'm saying? Just things like that. Get those extra possessions and get those easy putbacks. So like we cannot have Mitchell Robinson getting into foul trouble. Like he needs to stay on his feet. That way we can match that athleticism going up against Bam, and that way we're not depending on a old man Taj to go in there and
get Taj depending on him, man.
Right. So I'm not even sure if Noels is going to be available tomorrow. I think he's questionable still. So I don't know if he's going to play. So I'm just going with.
Let me just tell you, sub, not to cut you off. Let me just tell you. As far as the keys go to beating the Heat, we're not beating them. We're just not.
Not with that attitude.
We're not beating them. And no, but see, the thing is, I'm not making this about me. But had I been on the Knicks, I wouldn't have that attitude. The players, a lot of them have that attitude. You may see tomorrow. You know, it might be because I don't know. These guys, they come out flat a lot of times, and it was All-Star Weekend. I mean, none of them was in All-Star Weekend except Obi. You know, they should. You would think they'd come back pumped up. Maybe I don't know. Like, oh, Obi won. You know, let's come back. Let's come back and start cooking. These guys may come out flat tomorrow. You know, they might have been celebrating, partying. They may come back slacking. You know, like everything's all good, and I could just see that happening tomorrow. That and just the Heat just being simply just better. You know, and it's just you just gotta call a spade a spade. The Knicks are gonna get smoked tomorrow. You know, but we're just Knicks fans. We're invested. We're loyal. Of course, we're gonna watch. As far as what gives us the best chance to winning, it's not the players. It's how we play. You got to move that ball. You got a good defensive team when you can't do ice. You can't really ISO them like that. We don't have a top 3 guy on the team to really ISO. We don't have a Giannis or a John Moran, a KD, LeBron. We don't have like a number 1, number 5 player on this team. You know that nobody on the Heat can guard. We got to move the ball and we got to hit open shots, and that's it. Like last time we played them was might have been some weeks ago, right? It was some weeks ago, maybe end of January, I think it was, and we made a run where we almost, I don't know if they was tied up. I know RJ was doing this thing, and then after halftime ended, when halftime came, when we came back after the half and into that third, we got smoked badly. I remember RJ going off though, but I think I remember, if I'm not mistaken, I think Cam played. What I remember was running. Us running competed with them. We have the young guys to run. It's just a matter of this few strings over here coach to really play the youngins. You know what I mean? It's a matter of him to really play the youngins. The vets are not going to run. The vets are stuck in their ways. He's trying to make plays. He wants vets to run that don't run. You know, it's not so much that they don't. Some of them just can't. You know, Taj is old. Kemba can't. Fournier can't defend. He never could. And Randall, I don't know what's up with him. I just don't. He plays defense when it's against Kevin Durant. That's about it. Maybe Giannis, but that's about it.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned, like with the first unit, the starters, we got to grind it out. Every possession counts, boxing out. And another thing is just know your personnel. Like I mentioned, going under the screen on Jimmy while he's cutting to the hoop. And the same thing goes for Evan. Now that's the X factor is they're going to be setting all these screens from the jump, getting Duncan Robinson these open looks, and Evan Fournier is going to be the one guarding him. So he needs to be connected to him at the hip. And if, if Duncan goes and gets a cup of water, then Fournier needs to go get a cup of water next to him as well. So where he goes, Fournier goes as well. Just don't let him out of sight. Keep him on the hip, because both those guys are slow. Neither one of them has that athletic speed to to get away. So as long as you just fight through those screens and they're calling him out and he's able to do that, then I think we have a fighting chance, you know. And I mentioned, you know, Mitchell Robinson not getting into foul trouble. That is just a big one. Is he has to stay on his feet. His presence alone, you know, makes guys think twice and going to the hole and challenging him at the cut. So he just needs to stay out of foul trouble, stay on his feet, and the other guys just need to pass the ball, not being greedy. And with the second unit, is just the opposite. Now Rose might not play tomorrow, so to me that means that it'll be IQ, Grimes, Burks is starting the point guard, so maybe we have Cam with running the 3, and you have Obi at the 4. And I don't want it to be Taj though, but it's gonna be Taj. I would rather it be Sims, another athletic big that gives you the option of catching oops, you know, catching oops, because Taj doesn't give you that. Now, you know, being a young point guard with IQ, he hasn't really done a great job running the point. But to me, I feel like they need to run more sets as well to get these guys open. So I don't know if you heard, like about the horn sets. We were running a lot of horn sets previously. So with the horn set, is, if you can't see it on my you kind of see it right there.
I can see it.
Yeah, you can see it right there. Mm-hmm. Now, what the horn set is, the green right there is the point guard, and the 5 and the 4s, they're at the top setting screens. So you can either catch that screen right there and you dribble all the way over there, dribble all the way over there, and that screener cuts to the basket and gives you 2 options where the dotted line is. Now you can either take the midi if you're IQ, or you can pass it to the corner, or the guy that set the screen is kind of like a pick and roll, and he cuts to the back. So you have the option of going to the hole, catching the guy who set the screen, kicking it to the corner, or the other guy, the number 4, he goes to the top of the key where you started off, kind of as your backup plan in case the other team goes on a fast break. Mm-hmm. So just running more horn sets for IQ, because he's not really good with his handles. His handles aren't tight. So that would give him a better option running more horn sets that way. You can also do a reverse horn set. I mean, an opposite horn set, which instead of the guy who set the screen cuts to the hoop, it's the opposite guy. So the opposite guy that doesn't set the screen, he cuts to the hoop, and then the guy that sets the screen, he goes to the top of the key, and it's the same thing. So right. I mean, there's different available options you can run with the
variations. Yes.
Yeah. So I just feel like they need to set more, run more sets.
I think you need to run a lot more sets, almost the whole game.
Right.
You can do that ISO stuff at the end of the game. Guys may have energy, but I would run sets all game. Forget that ISO stuff.
You got to keep the ball moving. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep the ball moving. And same thing goes with the high post one. So you basically switch both guys, the 4 and the 5, and they kind of like cross each other. That way, it's just a little bit more confusion with movement. And then he still has the option of who he wants to set the screen, who he gets the screen from, or which side he wants to roll. So just little things like that. And then with Obi, Obi would be the 3. Obi would be the 3 on here, and he would be cutting baseline to the low post while he's out on the 3, then going back to the corner instead of just being in a statue out there waiting for the ball to go to him. So he would, like he always points up. So he would always point up, trying to find that baseline oop, then kind of settle right there in the low post, looking for the post. And if that doesn't work, you get out, you clear out the way. So, the offense can run through that horn set in the high post. So For those who didn't know what the horn set was, that's kind of what it is. Just different ways you can run it. So I got another one is what I was telling you. One for Obi, because he has that athleticism and he has that speed where he's like a gazelle out in open field.
Right.
Where you see Obi would be right there where the orange is. Then you have two screens up there like the horn set, and you have a double screen up there, and both those guys are screening him the 4 and the 5, where he has that burst of speed, and then he could yam it, you know what I'm saying, or he could kick it out to either one of the cutters or the corner. So there's different ways you could run it, and that'd be a side entry with that. So you got to use your guys and their abilities and kind of highlight them on what you could do instead of them just being
that the youngins. I don't know if he thinks that the youngins are just supposed to watch film and that's it. Like, yo, they're not gonna learn unless they play, guy. Like, like what is going on? Like, I don't know. What does he show them in that playroom? Like, I would love to be a fly on the wall. I tell you, I would love to be. Because he doesn't. I mean, he only uses his rotations are short for those plays. I need to see he needs to run those plays all game. Like, you just showed me 3 of them. It was about 3 of them, right? The horns.
Yeah.
With Obi, the one with Obi, and the what was the other one?
There was a side entry, the horns, the opposite horns, the high. There's the high picking, the opposite horns, and then in the post, the high post switch horns. So yeah, they're basically all different types, sets of horns. Then there's the Spanish pick and roll. So if you guys ever heard the Spanish pick and roll, that's basically another double screen. So,
we heard that one. Yeah, we heard of the Spanish pick and roll.
Yeah. So the Spanish pick and roll, you got the point up top. The five comes and sets the screen. Then the 5 continues to roll to the basket, while the 3 is at the charity stripe or the 2, and he sets the screen right there too, and you get to the cut. So there's multiple ways they can run their sets and get open, and that's basically what they have to do. They can't just be relying on ISO Randall, because he's just going to get double teamed. And what happens when he gets double teamed?
Yeah, we don't need to be running ISO Randall.
He throws the ball away.
I don't even know why ISO Randall is still a thing anymore, if it's not even working,
Yeah. I don't know. The way they've been using him lately, though, is he's been running a lot of the point and getting that fast pace going on. So it doesn't let the offense set up on defense. I mean, it doesn't let the defense set up where Randall's doing less thinking, and all he has to do is use his athleticism and speed with all that power like a freight train and just getting to the cup. So
right. A lot of guys, a lot of guys look better when they run, man. I'm telling you. Yeah. That's where he looked good in New Orleans before we signed him. I guess the Knicks was going off of him in New Orleans. When he actually had a point guard, he had Drew Holiday, when he actually had guys to set him up.
Yeah, I feel like they'll continue to do that. I mean, that's kind of how they use Giannis too. Once Giannis gets going, you just can't stop him. And that's what I mentioned before. You got to kind of put those guys in their own category with a Giannis.
Well, you know what? Giannis. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'll just say you can just put those guys in their own category with the Giannis, Jules, Zion, and a LeBron. So I've seen Julius recently. I've seen Julius recently play. I've seen Giannis play live, and I've seen LeBron play live as well. And those guys with their size and speed and strength it's crazy what they could do and how fast they could get up and down the court and how strong they are. Just who wants to stand in the way when a freight train is coming at you full speed ahead? Like, not this guy right here. I'll tell you that much. And I don't think people just realize how strong he is by seeing him on TV. Because when you see him in person, he's just moving centers out the way and playing bully ball and just.
Well, LeBron, we're talking about.
We're talking about all three of those guys, four of those guys: Zion, LeBron, Giannis. I mean, and Jules. I mean, you saw what Giannis did in the finals. He kind of just took over. And
Yeah,
LeBron,
with Giannis, in his case, it was matchups, man. He was guarding Ayton, man, and it worked out well.
yeah, he was playing the five though, where he
He's
usually
playing
played.
five. He's
He,
well,
I'm talking about all these guys that are fours, but they can't play the five. They can't play the five, and that's what I'm saying though. You're going up against like real centers. We're talking about 7-footers, 280, 290, whatever the solid guys. And I mentioned that before. He's moving a Nurkic out the way. He's moving a Andre Drummond out the way. Jules is like a bull in a china shop, just breaking stuff. But there's just certain guys, you just can't guard, and I just feel like we're just not utilizing him to his strengths. Yes, he has boneheaded moves, and he throws the ball away.
Point guard.
Like he just doesn't have high IQ. He doesn't have high IQ. But what about look at Giannis? All he was just a Greek freak, just someone who gets to the cup at will. And once teams figure that out, like in the playoffs, they were just building a wall. They were just building a wall and stopping him until they set him up with shooters. You know what I'm saying? And brought in other guys who could take pressure off of him.
And in his case, in Giannis' case, he has IQ. He has high IQ. He's a very high IQ player. He knows he can't take them jump shots. So that's smart enough. But also basketball is two things. It's three things. And it's skill, it's IQ, and it's confidence. Giannis has, he has all three. He has the confidence to shoot it. So sometimes shooting is all in the confidence, Some guys they pull, and Ben Simmons has the latter too, but he doesn't have the confidence, as you can see. But that's neither here nor there. But I know what you mean, though. Yes, Giannis has the confidence. That's why he's starting to let it fly now. Because at the end of the day, that's how you have to think. If you're the best player on the team, who's going to tell me what? I'm the best player on this team. If I want to take the shot, I'm going to take it. Sometimes that's how you got to think. I don't know why some guys are afraid of the final moment of the game. You're the best player on the team. Who's going to say anything to you? Take the shot.
Yeah, but there's times during the game, during games where what's their shooting guard's name? He'll take the last shot too, though.
Yeah, who? Oh, there. Chris Middleton.
Middleton. You know what I mean? There's
fine. Giannis. And the reason what makes him good is that Giannis doesn't have an ego to that. He knows he's the best player on that team. He doesn't have a problem with that because he knows he's not the best shooter.
But what I'm trying to get at though, you put Giannis on our team and we have the same problems. You know what I'm saying? They surrounded Giannis with Chris Middleton, who's a lights out shooter. They surrounded him with Drew Holiday, who's a shutdown defender. You know what I'm saying? And they they put a stretch five out there to clear out the space so Giannis can operate with Brook Lopez. They put the right pieces around him. You put Giannis with us, it's the same problems because Mitch clogs up the paint.
I agree with two of those things, except I agree. Well, I agree with those things except for the whole. I agree with all of them. I'm saying, but we don't have a stretch five. But yes, but we do have a defender in McBride. They just don't play him. He might be a Drew Holiday. Who knows? We don't play him. He might be a good defensive stopper, guarding the point guard position. Who knows?
Jeremy Manier says no. When you can drive, it creates a threat and creates space. In the playoffs, they built a wall on him, and that's why he couldn't get past that round every single year until they brought in help.
You can drive, and it's a threat. It creates. Yes, that's true. It's basketball. It's drive and kick. That's what he's trying to say. It's drive and kick basketball.
Yeah, but if you don't have shooters to kick it to,
If you don't
then
have shooters, then yes, you don't have.
that's the whole point I'm trying to make is that they built guys around him. You know what I'm saying? They brought in guys around him. They instead of running the same old. So that's what we're headed. If we put shooters around Jules, which we thought we did this year, we would have a different outlook on it.
Mm,
But our shooters, well, Kemba wasn't really a shooter. We just brought in Fournier, but
I don't know, 'cause I still don't know if Julius is the guy at running the number one.
he's
Doing
a guy. He's not. He's a guy. He's not the guy.
he's
And
a guy exactly. I always said that he's a piece, not the
yeah,
piece.
and
That's
same. You can say the same thing about RJ. You know what I'm saying? He's a guy, but is he the guy?
I don't know if he's the guy. Yeah, he's still a question mark because he's younger. But yes, exactly. So Julius, I don't know. But see, that's the thing. That's another argument, though. I mean, it's not really an argument, but that's another thing. These guys, like these teams, like the Bucks, like we want veterans on this team to help us win. People got to understand the veterans are soaked up by the other better teams in the league: Lakers, Clippers, Philly, Boston, Miami, Bucks, Miami, Nets. They're soaked up by those guys, by those teams. We're not gonna get no high quality vets over here. So that's why we're in trouble. That's how I
Unless,
look at it. That's why
unless
we're
you
in,
trade for him.
huh?
Unless you trade for him.
Right. I don't know if we should trade for no vets though. I don't know.
Young vets, like I mentioned earlier, not old vets.
But
Wilson Dang says Subliminal is drawing up plays, auditioning to be the next head coach, Knicks head coach. Nah. Like I mentioned before, I used to coach, but I don't like coaching anymore because I actually help kids out in developing and running them through drills and working on their ball handling skills and getting them to the next level. So I just recently trained this one kid that's in varsity high school. I'm saying, and before the season started, so I got him starting on the squad. But I rather just spend one-on-one time and work with individuals. That way, they have you could just put all your time into one person until they finally understand and finally click what you're getting instead of a whole team. I did a lot of yelling like Tibbs when I was a coach, and it was very exhausting when I was done. You know what I'm saying? I'd get home and I'd be like mentally drained, and I'd rather be physically drained on the court by helping youngsters instead of a whole team. But that was hilarious reading that though. Yeah, so that's what I was kind of.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. What else do you want to talk
Jeremy
about?
Menard says we must threaten the rim, but we have guys missing layups in that. Yeah, I agree. We need everything. We need finishing just as much as shooting, man. Just as much. We need finishing. I mean, we got Cam. We got Cam who attacks. Though I like that about Cam. He attacks that basket. We need guys who's gonna attack that damn basket, man. Because sometimes, when shooting doesn't work, we need an alternative, man. We can't just settle. I don't know. We can't settle for bad shooting. Like adjustments, that's where adjustments have to be made. Okay, we're not making shots. We're having a bad shoot night. Attack the basket, get to the rim, put them in foul trouble, slow the game down, get the rhythm. There's so many ways to win games, and it's like we only take one way. We only take one way to win these games, and it's pathetic, yo. There's no way that me and you should know how to win a game, or we should know how to do something, make changes, and not the coach. That's just horrible. That's just trash. Sorry, it's trash.
Yeah, they definitely have to attack the basket tomorrow though, because I just hate it when they start the game off and they're clanking and they just continue to live and die by the three and live and die by their jumpers, and then they just don't get to the cup and get to the charity stripe because either you're gonna make it or you're gonna get fouled or you're gonna put that decision into the referee's hands to make those calls. And if they're gonna get physical and not blow the whistle, then all right, it's time to get physical on our end too, and make it difficult for them though. But for the most part, I feel like RJ has to be aggressive in the beginning. Randall has to be aggressive, but like I mentioned, by running sets, not just by ISO.
Right, it's not biased, so it's definitely running sets. Definitely. RJ, I seen a Snapple fact today. The Knicks are was it 17-13 when RJ has over five more assists, five or more over five or more assists. That's what I saw.
And I hope these cats worked on their free throws during this time off because we were
Probably not.
horrible at free throws.
Yeah, probably not.
I mean,
I would.
what's the point of getting fouled and getting to the cup and going to the line? I mean, if you're not going to knock down those free throws,
Right. What's the
and
point of competing to the refs if you're not going to knock down the free throws?
that's the thing about Reddish though. Reddish is a good free throw shooter. I forgot.
What is he? 90%?
I don't know if he's 90, but he's somewhere around there. I know IQ is the best free throw shooter on the team though. The only thing about IQ is that he doesn't get there too often. You know, he doesn't like the contact. He settles for those floaters. And those floaters are way out there too. We're talking about 10, 12, 10, 12, 8, 10 footers. Um, crazy. We'll see. We'll see though. I just hope that the youngins come out with. I just hope everybody comes out with a lot of energy. You know, we had enough time to get going. We had had a whole week off to kind of regroup.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, allegedly, we had a whole week off. Allegedly, the front office and Tibbs had the what do you call it, the talk. So I hope I hope changes are being made, man. I'm tired of seasons where vets finish the seasons and we don't get to see what we had. What do we have for next season? Instead, we have a team that's trying to compete to win a miracle. I don't know. Does it look better for the Knicks to win a miracle to get to the playoffs? I don't know. I mean, it would look good, but if we're out of the playoffs, out of reach, then come on, play the youngins. The veterans tried; they had their chance the first half.
Playoffs? Don't talk to me about playoffs. Playoffs.
But the playoffs is the play in. The play in is out of playoff. Well, the play in is in reach maybe, but the playoffs are out of reach. Play the youngins. The first half, you gave the veterans their chance. Now, come on, man. Let's see what the youngins got to offer. Come on. It's like it's not fair at that point. Come on, we saw enough. You're lying to us at this point if you're saying we can compete. Come on.
Yeah, I don't know. I had a little hope, but then when I heard that interview of Tibbs saying that Burks, on paper, whatever the numbers say that he gives us our best chance, I was like, oh man.
And that's and see, that's what gets me so mad. It makes me want to curse on here, but I can't. This paper stuff, it makes me think. Do they watch? Like I said, do they watch for impact, or they just go off a piece of paper? If that's what we're using as recruiting, this team is in shambles. We're in ish out of luck, man. If that's how the Knicks are scouting people, off of a paper, off of analytics. And if I'm not mistaken, analytics is another name for numbers. If that's what we're doing, we suck. We suck because analytics, the only analytics I know is that win-loss column. And I'll say that every day. So clearly something's not being done right. So for people that say, oh, it's not the coach, our record is 25-35, if I'm not mistaken. It's somebody. It's somebody's fault. It's somebody's fault we're not winning. So hey, I just know the man coaches this team. If he's doing what it takes to win and we're losing, it's somebody's fault. Come on, let's stop giving too much credit around here. This team has been horrible. Let's call a spade a spade.
But realistically, we're asking this journeyman to be our starting point guard. Like he's not even a point guard, and you're making him a point guard, and you're also starting him. I would like to build with the way the roster is currently constructed. I would just like to go with IQ right now. I mean, because let's see what this kid has. Like I mentioned, let's run these sets with IQ. Let's take pressure off of him by putting him out there with the starter in Julius and RJ. Those guys will have all the bright lights on them. He'll kind of be floating under the radar. You're not asking him to do too much. Then when the double teams come, you kick it out to IQ. Maybe that gets his confidence going. But we already know what Burks is. We already know every team knows what Burks is.
Mm-hmm.
What is the point right now?
You know what Burks is? A 6-man. Not even that, but he's a bench player. He's a spark off the bench, and we're starting him at a point as a point guard. Most sparks are inconsistent. Most sparks play better when they come off the bench, and we start him. So it's just sad to see, man.
Yeah, we agree with you, Jeremy. Maynard. But there's no McBride. McBride has been sent down to the G League, and as far as Rose, he may not be available tomorrow because he's doubtful. That's why I'm going with
Rose should get shut down. We're not making no playoffs. Shut Rose down. Let him rest his ankle. He had a bum ankle. They said he had a bum ankle. He's playing on a bum ankle for 4 years. That's what I heard. They say he's playing on a bum ankle for 4 years. Now imagine that he's been for playing on a bum ankle. He's been killing. So imagine him fully healthy. I would just rest D Rose, man. Rest him. We're not getting nowhere. Rest him. You shut the vets down, man. Let them get their mind right for the next season. They come out to the next season just killing.
He's gonna play Rose, and then Rose is gonna get hurt because he doesn't know how to play Rose just 12 minutes a game.
He doesn't know.
He knows how to play Rose.
The glimmer of hope. It says, "Oh, Rose, Rose, I need you to see. Can you think you can play a couple more minutes?" And those couple minutes, it's like a boss asking you to do a shift that you don't want to be on, and you're like,
"No, a double. He wants you to work a double." You know what I'm saying?
He wants you to work a double, or he'll call you off. He wants you to work a double. Hey, Rose, can you play this many minutes? Yeah, I could play it. All right, because I need you this game.
Yeah, you'd be like, "What? But what happened last time I worked a double? The next day I was late, and I wasn't the same player. I wasn't the same worker because I was drained from the day before because you made me work a double. That's how Rose is. He plays him, pushes him to the limit, and then he has nothing left. And then Rose is just the type of player he's just a soldier. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna play regardless. He's gonna go out there. He's not gonna complain about it, and then he's gonna be hurt. And then later on, you're gonna find out he was hurt the whole time while he was playing. Like at this point, for what?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Shut him down.
Shut him down too.
We're not winning. We're not getting to the playoffs. We're not. Like, come on. But I mean, this is Tibbs we're talking about here. This is not a guy that knows what he's. This is not a sane guy. So
we can have a whole list of players to shut down and a whole list of players to play.
Yeah, like is RJ healthy? If he's not healthy, shut him down. Shut him down. That's a youngin. Come on, you don't do that to him. Shut him down, man. He shouldn't have been out there anyway. That game. Come on. Let him rest, man. Come on, man. Let Taj sit down. Let him coach from the bench. You're going to put Taj out there towards the end of the season when the playoffs are out of reach? You're going to really throw Taj out there?
If I'm the front office, not to cut you out, but if I'm the front office, I'm telling Tibbs, we are not signing Taj back next year. I don't care if he wants a veteran minimum.
Tibbs been on. He wasn't on the front page. He wasn't on the same page with Minnesota in the front office. So he's definitely not going to be on page with this regime. He's not going to be on the same page with them as far as that aspect goes. About play the youngins. He's not going to be on the same page. Yeah. But I mean, hey, I can only hope.
So who gets these minutes? Who gets Kemba's minutes? Because Kemba would, usually start the game with the first, 8 minutes or so into the first quarter. So that goes to Burks. So you think Cam's gonna be the guy who gets Burks minutes and gets,
Do I think Cam is the guy?
Fills in that spot.
It should be the guy, if you ask me. They look better when they run and he attacks. I mean, we don't have nobody attacking. We got a coach looking off a piece of paper to figure this game out. I mean, I would put Cam in. That's just me, man. I would have Cam in there right now. And this is like, that's the only thing I look forward to at the end of a lot of Knicks seasons, putting the youngins in. We're not winning.
So Sherwin M says, why would you not sign Taj back? It's because we know who the coach is. If we had a different coach like Spoelstra and we had him in the Udonis Haslam role, where he's just there, just in case to be a coach on the bench, then fine. But Tibbs doesn't know how to do that. You know what I'm saying? Tibbs wants to go ahead. Oh, Taj is available. Let's play him. Let's get him out there and get, run 24 minutes and let's get the most out of him. For what?
Right. What Taj looks at, he looks at it as a value thing to increase their value.
So instead of enabling this man, let's take away all these guys. Bring in guys that he's forced to play. Instead of him playing guys that he wants to play. That's kind of what I'm getting at. He's not even playing Cam. How many of us were happy when we signed Cam? I know I was. I'm pretty sure everybody in the chat, you know what I'm saying?
When we trade for a player, I just want to see them on the court, because a lot of times we've been so bad. It's like, all right, I just want to see the new product on the floor. Just put the new guy on the floor. That's all I want to see. Put the new guy out there, and let's see something different.
Yeah, we're not even, and he said it himself that he didn't want Cam because he had so many power small forwards or whatever wing players, or there was not enough players in the rotation.
Right, Alec Burke.
Yeah, you gotta add to subtract and blah blah blah.
Such an idiot.
And we would have never saw Grimes if Rose would have never got hurt. So that's kind of what happens. People are RJ got hurt, and then we saw some Cam. So that's kind of what happens. He's forced to play these guys. But
no, we about to see Alec Burks. So Alec Burks represents a veteran. He represents a sign of trying to win by Tibbs. So I won't be looking. I'm watching this game at this point for entertainment. If they're getting blown out, I'm turning it off. Simple. Who wants to see that? I don't want to see that. Like, come on. Yeah, you gotta understand. I actually like the team. I don't care for losing. I don't like me. I won't even watch playoffs if it's not the Knicks. I won't watch playoffs if it's not the Knicks. I don't care. I don't care about other teams. I care about this team's success.
And we said in the beginning of the year that we were 15 strong, that we had a freshman team, a JV team, and a varsity team. And we saw a lot of these cats playing in preseason. We were so hyped the way everybody was playing. We kind of saw what their highlights were. Sims being super athletic, Sims being very fundamentally sound, him being poised on the defensive end, not being baited on players that were taking jumpers when he was on an island. We rarely ever see this guy. Yes, it could be in matchups, but against like tomorrow, for instance, against a Bam, if Mitch gets into foul trouble, I don't want old man Taj caught on the island going up against Bam Adebayo. I'd rather match him up against Sims, another athletic big who's not going to be baited and get caught in the air on a pump fake. He's going to stay poised, stay in front of his mans, and then if he gets caught on the switch, he's able to go out there and guard wings for a limited time. That's all I'm saying is he needs to be more open on matchups, on who to play, not be stuck in his way, or I'm just going to keep running these guys. So that's all I'm getting at. With the second unit, you got to have Cam out there going up against a Tyler Hero. You got another matchup, athleticism versus athleticism. The only thing I would tell Cam is, get up in his chest. Don't give him no room to operate. You know what I mean? Don't let him get past you. Cam last time let Tyler Hero get past him, get to the cup, and then he tried to pin the Rocky on the glass. And why wait to that point? That's all I'm saying. You don't have to pull him out the game right then and there. The next dead ball or whatever, you explain to him. You explain to him, all right, this is where you messed up, instead of just giving him a short leash and taking him out the game. That's all I'm getting at. You gotta let these kids take their lumps. And if we're getting, if we're losing by like 20 something or whatever, or is he still going to keep the vets in there and risk injury on someone else, or is he going to finally throw the towel in and be like, all right, let's run the youngins? That's what I'm getting at. We can't be having.
Do you know how much time was in when RJ got hurt? Do you know? I'm gonna look at it.
I don't know, but we were watching that game. We were watching that game. It was.
I'm gonna look again. I didn't really care to watch. I'm gonna look it up. Let's see. Oh.
Was like 2 minutes? Was it like 2 minutes? I don't know. I know we were watching the game and I was like, oh, he got hurt. Yeah, but that's you have to learn. You have to learn from your mistakes. You know what I'm saying? You can't be just hard headed. You can't be hard headed like that. And just not learn from your mistakes. But we'll see though. I'm just hoping that it doesn't get to that point. I'm hoping that we're super competitive tomorrow. I mean, we're passing the ball around and things like that. But
right.
Yeah.
I was looking for it, but I can't find it. When RJ got hurt, but so be it. So be it. I can't find it.
Anything else you want to talk about? We got like a little less than 15 minutes.
Yeah, Juwan Howard. I'm only playing. I'm trying to think, man. What is your bright spots for this team, man? What do you want to see the team? Well, you already said what you want to see the team do. You want to see them go young. Anybody you want to see get out of here?
I mean, we're pretty much stuck with the team that we have,
right?
Until free agency in the summer and in the draft and all that. It's just gonna get really. I mean, it's been ugly already. I'm just hoping for some type of a light at the end of the tunnel, because we got the Heat tomorrow, and then we got a back to back, not a back to back, but we play the Sixers back to back on Sunday and Wednesday, and then we play the Suns after that, and the Clippers after that. With the Kings, I mean, they made some moves. And you got the Mavericks, the Grizzlies, the Nets, the Blazers. I mean, it's just ugly. The season's going to be ugly. And when is this man going to – I was hoping to see some McBride. I was like, oh, okay. Kemba's gone. We're going to see McBride. And supposedly he's not even going to be there, So, I don't know. I just hope everybody's at least clicking on all cylinders. I just hope that we're not clanking in the beginning of the game. There's, but we'll see. Yeah, let's salute some more cats in the chat. Appreciate y'all rocking with us tonight. There's Jarrell Williams, Sherwin M. He's always in the chat. Manchow, Jeremy, Maynard, and Nick Yak, Troy Fleet. Appreciate it. Y'all kicking with us tonight. What would y'all like to see? I mean, what would y'all like to see? It's a top 5 pick incoming. Yeah, we just never have any luck. Any luck with getting a top 5 pick. Even if we were to, be one of the worst records, just the way the ping pong balls fall, just never end up having luck. Knicks for life. Chuck Allen, what it do, my G? Appreciate you kicking with us tonight. Um, yeah, I kind of went through what I wanted to talk about. Keys to the game. We just gotta stick to fundamentals. Just boxing out, cleaning the glass, hustling. We gotta out hustle them. We can't just not go out there with energy. Um, Julius has to see the double teams coming ahead of time. I know it's probably not going to happen, and he's going to have a bunch of turnovers because they are going to pressure us. They are going to double team us. They are going to trap us, and we just got to get rid of the ball quick, make quick decisions. It's easier said than done. I mean,
Yeah, it's easier said than done. Easier said than done,
our future media says RJ playing tomorrow. He's questionable. I think he'll play. He's young. He's hungry. He hasn't played for a minute. I think he has that itch to go out there on the court and kind of, show up and show out. He's going to have a difficult matchup going against Jimmy Butler, but it's a learning experience. He's going to have a difficult matchup.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, it's a learning experience. There's a lot of people that compared RJ Barrett to being a Jimmy Butler and maybe having that high ceiling. Um, so we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, like I mentioned, I hope he just stays aggressive. If he ends up going to the cup and gets blocked by Bam because Bam is a shot blocker, I hope he doesn't do the same thing over and over. He did add to his bag where he was driving, stopping, pivoting, and fading away. And I just hope that he adds those moves to his repertoire instead of just doing the same old, same old.
I highly agree.
Yeah. Troy Fleet says we stink. Yeah, it's not the season we expected. We had high expectations in the beginning of the year. I think I had said 46 wins, 46, 47, I had said. And yeah, we're nowhere near that. But like I mentioned before, it's a blessing in disguise. I mean, we had these vets. They didn't turn out good. So we're just going to get a high lottery pick. And it's just, a lottery pick, not high lottery pick. So, it could have went when we played the vets, we sneak into the play-in, and then we get eliminated in the play-in, and Tibbs taps himself on the shoulder and says what a great job he did getting us back to almost the playoffs with his formula and running the vets and using the same guys. So I kind of just want to erase that and just see what the other guys have. But we'll see.
Salute G Robinson, Sherwin, our future media, Jeff for life. Salute, free Cam, yes, free Cam. We're not. Hey, we're not making no play. We're not making no play. If we make the play in, cool. I'm not about to get my hopes up. That's all. As Knicks fans, we've been in this position before where we race for playoffs. Nothing. So let's just play. Let's just play the kids, man. Get some type of positive takeaway from it. Instead of some garbage with vets, role playing vets that that the other team wouldn't even use. It's like, come on, let's do things the right way. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, Ben Child saying the Knicks should draft the best player available. So a lot of people want to talk about the draft right now.
They didn't. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
There's Ty Ty, there's Ty Ty. There's Sharp, Chet, yeah, Smith. Yeah, I really, I've heard of all those names. I've seen highlights here and there. I haven't really had a chance to dissect everybody's game, but so best player available. I know this is power forward, some center heavy draft class, not really point guards. So would you guys be willing to draft another power forward after having Julius Randle and RJ and Obi, or another small forward when we have RJ Barrett, Cam Reddish? I mean, I don't know.
What's the question? Will we rather draft?
Yeah, just drafting another, because this is like a power forward heavy draft, not really so much point guard. Do we really draft another power forward with Julius Randle and Obi, or or do you draft another small forward when you have RJ Barrett and a Cam Reddish? Uh, so I gotta do more research. It's like the Obi draft all over again. We needed a point guard, and we went after Obi because he was NBA ready, and I wanted Hallie, and then I would have took Cole Anthony too. So,
Right.
but I don't know. But I was wrong about last year too. I mean, we're in the 25th pick, but I knew. I said, I put it in the chat before that. I said if we didn't draft, what was his name? He went to the Hawks, and McBride cooked him. That the Hawks were going to get him. I forgot his name though. He was a small point guard. That's exactly what had happened was he got drafted to the Hawks. But I don't even think he's in the rotation right now. I don't even think he's playing. Sharif Cooper. That's who it was. Yeah. I was like, yep, Sharif Cooper's handles are tight. You know what I'm saying he's very twitchy. Then I was like, yeah, we need somebody who could run the second unit. And I was like, who else needs somebody like that? I was like, the Hawks. And if we don't pick him up, the Hawks are going to pick him up. And it ended up happening just that way. But yeah, Cooper's in the G League. Yeah. I was just saying, as far as the point guard that can handle the rock, that and I knew we had Obi and with athleticism, someone that can find him on oops. Bring back Dennis Smith Jr. Yeah, no, let's not bring Dennis Smith. Yeah, I live out here in Portland. I didn't see Dennis Smith Jr. not even suited up on the bench when he was when we were playing against them. So I don't think he's getting any run right now either. I'm good. I'm good on. You just got to be, coming to New York. You got to have that strong mentality. You know what I'm saying? You got to be like RJ out there. You can't be soft, especially as a point guard when you're asking to facilitate for others, set the table up. Run the offense. Um, get your buckets. There's a lot going on there. It's like having a quarterback. You can't have a soft quarterback out there. I mean,
right.
There you go. DSJ was cut, and that's why I didn't see him. That's why I didn't see him out there. Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah. So if we get cut off, I just want to thank everybody who joined us tonight, who rocked with us tonight. Knicks after party will be on Thursdays now. We're no longer doing Tuesdays and Thursdays. So yeah, we're just waiting for Unk to pop up. But who do y'all want in the chat? So who do y'all want in the chat as far as draft picks?
Want to see as far as who?
I'm asking the chat. Who would they? If you were in the 8 or 9 round, 8 or 9 pick, not top 5, who would you guys go after? So, do you have anybody, or have you not done your research yet either?
Nah, I ain't even researching.
Sherman M. Trade the pick for who? The Sherman M. We got.
Trade the pick. What pick? What pick do we have this year?
We're going to be in the lottery. We have our own pick, and then we have 2 second-round picks. We have the Hornets pick, and then we have our own second-round pick. Yep. All right, y'all. Next party. See y'all next.